It's time for the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Covering all local and area sports and teams. Your host, Scott Hardy.
That was wild.
And your calls at 256-234-6221. If it's sports in the Lake Martin area, we cover it. The Lake Martin Sports Roundup right now.
Good Tuesday afternoon out there to everybody, and welcome into the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. It's a little bit hot in here when we cut that one on, Scott. But Red Pritchard, Scott Hardy here with you with a full house here at JR Sports Bar and Grill. We're glad that you have joined us on this Tuesday night, a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in downtown Alex City. We weren't able to say that the last couple of weeks, Scott. We've had plenty of rain. Good to see the baseball and softball team that we'll have on here in just a little bit in here. Glad to be back on the field again over at the Sportsplex playing some of these games. It's been a challenge, to say the least, for the Alex City Parks and Rec crew to keep these fields in great condition. We had a game last night. The fields were in outstanding condition. The outfield was a little soggy, but the infield was great. You can tell they've spent a lot of time over there getting things ready to go again. Got a beautiful week of weather planned this week, so they've got 31 games they've got to get made up. That's how much rain we've had in this area, and it's not just been us. It's been all over the state of Alabama. But, you know, that challenges you. You know, when you've got a set schedule and you got all these teams playing and all these age groups, and you got to shuffle everything around, you know, so our hat's off to Parks and Rec trying to get all that back on track again.
Yeah, and they do, they do such a great job of getting the fields prepared. And when you have 5 or 6 games going on at a time and then having to go back and make sure the fields are ready for the next set of games, definitely hats off to the crew over there. But as you said, to make up that amount of games is definitely going to be tough. But it's something that you'll be able to do. And obviously, as a player, you want to get the games made up. That was always the worst thing as a kid, when your game will get rained out, because you want to play. And they try their best to get them in for circumstances like this. But again, another great night here. We'll have the 9 and 10 Rangers as well as a 7 and 8 softball team here tonight, so it should be a good show again tonight.
Scott, let's before we get to them and here in this first segment, Kendall Graveman back on the mound last night for the Oakland Athletics, and he pitched against the Anaheim Angels. And you know, talk about that game last night as we watched it on MLB TV. You and I texted back and forth during that game. You know, we all see we're all on edge. It seems like Randy can't watch it. He gets a little bit too nervous. I'm nervous too, but it's too awesome not to watch. And
I think that was the best thing you said about that. I was thinking about that because his brother sometimes will try not to watch it too, and I'm like, you know what, you got to watch it though, because we're witnessing history. Really, somebody that you know playing on a professional major league team, and to see the type of success that I think he's going to have. Now, granted, we'll get into his start. He goes into the 4th. He gets a no decision. Gives up 3, but the lineup, I mean, he's not going against scrubs out there. Mike Trout, arguably the best baseball player right now, and then Albert Pujols for the last decade has been the best player. So those two were pretty successful against him last night, but the A's were good enough to get some runs on the board to keep him from getting a loss. But I think Kendall's success rate will get a little higher, and he's just getting acclimated to being in a major league system. So I still 3 starts in, I can't imagine still the type of nerves that he has to be feeling going through these starts.
But you can see the potential, and you can see what the A's management, upper management says about him. You can see what the A's announcers say about him. You know, that speaks leaps and bounds about what they feel about his future with that program and with that organization. When you trade, you know, Josh Donaldson, one of the best third basemen in the game, for Kendall, you know, I know there were other guys involved in the trade, but, you know, when you give up an all-star guy and then you come back and get him in return, you know, they've got a lot of confidence in him, and they didn't trade just to say, okay, we got to trade to get somebody to another body. They have a lot of faith that he's going to be a guy that's got some longevity with that organization. You can tell that they're loyal to him, and Kendall's very appreciative for the opportunity to be able to move up the ranks as fast as he has. He had an outstanding spring, which, no pun intended, springboarded him into being where he is now in that starting rotation with the A's. So he's had 3 outings, no decision, a win, and a loss. Very nerve-wracking that first start over in Oakland at the Coliseum. Was able to get himself out of a couple of jams, but made a couple mistakes. They hit it out of the park on him, and that's how quickly up there at that level, and we all know how good Kendall is with his control and what he's able to throw, but how quickly up there at that level you can be out of the game. You can be knocked out because those hitters are, they're the best in the world. And it's truly amazing to watch and kind of have a guy that we know on a personal level that we've watched grow up and we've watched his success and know how good he is, go against the better players in the world like he is now. He's classified in that same category as one of the best players in the world because he's pitching on that stage. So you automatically get that label as well. But to see him pitch against Pujols, to see him pitch against probably one of the best two-strike hitters in baseball in Trout, you're never out of the – you got a guy 0-2 or 1-2. It's not a 80% chance you're going to get an out like it is in college baseball. I mean, these guys – you make just the smallest mistake and leave it in the zone, they're gonna hit it hard somewhere.
Yeah, and again, Kendall's rise to make it to the majors was so quick and it was so unexpected. Not from a talent perspective because we knew he had the talent, but
yeah,
really nobody. He caught everybody off guard, and so you're looking at somebody who really only has about 35, 40 professional leagues or professional starts in baseball.
Sure.
So again, he's still getting used to it, and that is such a big jump going from single A all the way up. And even in spring, he had great numbers, led the spring for the highest or the lowest ERA rather. So he knows he can pitch, and I think the coaching staff definitely does. Bob Melvin understands how good he's going to be, and again, this is April, so we'll talk again around Memorial Day, and we'll see how different it'll be then. I know they have a series in Tampa that a lot of people around the community are hoping to be able to make. So it'll be interesting to see the next month or so. He has a firm grip on the rotation right now, so I don't want anybody to look at these starts and think he's in jeopardy. He's good to go for the time being.
Scott, what did you think when he made that play at first base? He was running over and the ball tipped off the end of the glove. I mean, usually in Major League Baseball, that's devastating. You give one play away at that level, it can kill you. But I was able to get a double play right after that and get out of it. He's a great ground ball pitcher. We're talking a lot about Kendall Graveman because we're proud of him, what he's achieved, what he's going to achieve. He's a winner. He's always been a winner on and off the field. We're proud that he's from Alexander City and he's got great parents. He's got a great family. He's who you want your child to grow up to be like, not just because he's a pitcher, not because he plays the sport well. I'm talking about off the field too and how he handled himself with his education and how he handled himself in public and everything like that. So proud of what Kendall has been able to accomplish. It's got to be a blur for him right now. It's probably not even setting in right now. He probably won't get a grasp on it until they have some type of break, and he's able to sit back and go, man, I'm up here. I'm throwing, I'm looking across the way, and I'm seeing the guys that I've been idolizing for a long time, and I'm up here with them. I mean, so it's stories like I thought the Tiger Woods commercial and the Roy McIlroy commercial is really, really good. It's a tribute to Tiger Woods and how much Roy McIlroy idolized him growing up. And then all of a sudden he finds himself, the commercial ends with him on the same tee box with Tiger and Tiger telling him great shot after he tees off. Well, that's a great, great marketing piece there by Nike.
Yeah, and they did a tremendous job. Speaking of Kendall, I mean, he talked about it a year ago. He's playing video games, and those same people are on there, and now he's going against them on a daily basis. So it does take a little bit, he said, to get adjusted from being, the person that you idolize for so long and watching them growing up and then competing against them. But that's the one thing that everybody has to say about Kendall. He's a great competitor, and so if you have the opportunity to watch him, please do so. He's going to do fine. I just want everybody to stick with him. A couple rocky starts there, but he's going to get some very, very quality competition.
He's won a game. He's won and won. A lot of people would love to be that way. So we're going to take a break here. When we come back, who we got up first, Scott?
We'll have the 9 and 10 Rangers up representing the Alex City Parks and Rec Baseball League.
All right, 9 and 10 Rangers coming up. Stay tuned. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup presented by JR's right after this.
Teams need players who can fill the positions. S&S Tire has that.
back in, and thanks for joining the Sports Blitz Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. Live here on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill. Sorry about that, a little feedback, but as I said, we're here in downtown Alexander City at a great location, a beautiful night outside. So make sure that you go out and enjoy it, and come in the process, come out here and support JR's 256-329-2328 is the number for them, and they'll be able to take care of any of your dining needs as well as delivery. Right now, we want to welcome in the Pink Panthers 8-0. I'm sorry, we'll get to the Rangers in the next segment, but we'll welcome Bo McCary, the coach for the 8-0 Pink Panthers. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Well, Coach, first thing I always ask about, when we have these teams on is, at this age, still they are getting competitive. They do understand, wins and losses, but you're still trying to instill fundamentals. So can you talk a little bit about that process and how you got the girls prepared for the season?
Well, the main thing that I try to do, and my other coaches, is make sure to have fun. If they're not having fun right now, you're wasting time at 8 years old. They seem to love it. We try to teach them the fundamentals, but I also teach them, we like to win. We play to win. I don't think it's ever too early to start that. But the main thing is fun.
Well, can you give us a little overview of how the season has gone so far?
So far, it's been great. We're 6-2. 6-2. They're coming along real well. That's what matters.
That's good, and that's what I was going to say. Can you tell the progression level since the beginning of practice to now? You played a few games. Can you tell there's been a little transition of talent?
What happens at this age is they catch on. It's like a light comes on. They learn what they're supposed to be doing and learn what they have to do, and they get better every week.
Yeah, and the main thing when you have a team like this, you have to have good parent support. And so can you talk a little bit about how appreciative you are the parents, because I know that they play such an important role in getting the girls there to practice every day and making sure everything goes well.
We are lucky this year. We have a great team, great sport channel with all the parents, getting them there. The parents buying the drinks after the game. That's a big thing, and it's a big thing.
And we're here with the 8-0 Pink Panthers, Bo McCary, the coach for them. And before we introduce the girls, I just wanted to see what has been the biggest enjoyment so far of the season.
Just seeing the girls get better.
Seeing the girls
get better. See them learn the game, learn the right way.
And what drew you to coaching?
My daughter.
That's always a good reason.
We do for our kids, huh?
That's always a good reason. What we'll do right now is we'll go ahead and let the girls come up, and we'll say their name and position. There's the first one. First one, say name and position.
Say your name and your position. That was Camila Sanchez, and she plays shortstop.
She's a lady of few words.
We'll just keep it going.
Come on.
And this is your 8-0 Pink Panthers.
Say your name and your position. Look this way.
Elena, I'm a pitcher.
Okay, thank you.
Diero. Aubrey. Say your name and your position.
My name is Aubrey, and my position is
Center field.
what is center field.
There you go.
Good job.
We'll keep them moving.
Turn this way. Say your name and your position.
Oh, I forgot my position.
Left field.
My name is Gordon, and my position is left field. Hey, my name is Trinity. My position is first place.
Good job. Here she comes again.
We're going to try it again.
See if we can do it now.
My name is Camilla, and I'm shortstop.
They know exactly where to run between innings. They just don't know what it's called.
My name is Keegan, and I play third base.
Good job.
This one right here is special to me.
My name is Grace, and I play second base.
She wouldn't happen to be the daughter of the coach.
That is mine.
There you go.
Your name and your position.
My name is Sky, and my position is catcher.
Good job.
I think we've got a couple more.
My name is Bailey, and my position is left center. My name is Diario, and I play third base.
There you go. I think that wraps up. That's it. 8 and under Pink Panthers. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming up here, and if there's anything we can do, just let us know. When's the next game?
Next game's Thursday night at 5:30, and I just want to say to all the parents, get your kids involved. We need more to play. Get them involved. This is special. It's a lot of fun for the family.
Absolutely. Well, that is your 8 and under Pink Panthers, coached by Bo McCary. Right now, we'll go ahead and take another break. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show coming to you live from JR's right after this.
If you're looking for the best chicken fingers or wings,
come back to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back into the Sports Blitz, Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. About 40 more minutes left in tonight's show. We'll be here with you till 7, Brett Pritchard and myself. But right now, we want to welcome in another Elliott City Parks and Rec baseball team, the 9 and 10 Rangers. And right now, we have assistant coach, Coach Johnny Hay, head coach, doing a little picture work back there. So we'll hand off the duties to you. But first off, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, we'll just start with kind of how the season's been going. Can you give a little summary of how the team's been going?
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. We are 3-1 right now. We're kind of behind right now. All the rain been going on. So maybe this week we can get caught back up.
All right. And with this age group, what are the main things that you're working on preparing the guys as they get ready to move on to another age group?
Well, it's all about catching and pitching this year. It's last night we got a big pitcher duel come down to kind of the last inning, but we finally pulled it out.
What are the rules on that? I'm not real sure. Is it still you get 6 innings per week?
6 innings per week every other day you can pitch.
Okay, so usually on a team on this age group, how many pitchers would you normally have on the team? Or how many do you guys?
Well, we got 3 on our team.
That sounds like that'd be pretty successful there, especially at this age group. And we're here with Johnny Hay of the 9 and 10 Rangers, and kind of just getting his feel for it. What drew you to coaching?
Well, I got a grandson. Well, I got 3 grandsons, so I've been in it for about 6 years now, coaching them, and I really enjoyed it. And they're doing pretty good.
Well, I'll ask you this. I know you're coaching the team, so what do you think has been the biggest thing you've taught them, and then vice versa? What do you think the biggest thing that you've learned from coaching these players?
Well, I guess probably sportsmanship. Learning to give and take. You're gonna lose a few, and you're gonna win a few. They're growing pretty good, and I think they're gonna be pretty good ball players when they get older.
Yes, sir. And what's been the most enjoyable part of the season so far?
Oh, yeah, the parents. I enjoyed all the parents, just getting out and getting involved in the community and all. Just real enjoyable if you get out there and get involved.
Yes, sir. And again, we can't stress enough how important it is to have great parents to make these teams go by successful. So again, if you're affiliated with any of these teams that we've had up here and you're somebody who is helping, again, we appreciate you, and I know these coaches do as well. So we won't leave the Rangers over there waiting any longer. What we'll do right now is give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. I think the team manager is going to take care of that for us. So if you don't mind, just saying your name and position.
My name
is Brady, and I play right field. My name is Carter, and I play shortstop and pitcher. My name is Thomas, and I play left field.
My name is Sawyer, and I play first base.
My name is Jackson, and I play catcher.
My name's Clayton, and I play right field and second base.
My name is Ty, and I play second base.
My name is Kirkland, and I play third base.
My name's Dalen, and I play second base and pitcher.
My name is Carson Richardson, and I play outfield and center.
That is your Ranger team. Go ahead and give you a chance to introduce yourself, too. Do you want to say who you are? You're good to go. Okay. Well, that is your 9 and 10 Rangers. And for those who didn't see that, is the manager for the team. So I'm sure the coaches appreciate them as well. So, Coach, we appreciate you coming on. And if there's anything we can do, just let us know. And we look forward to seeing how these kids progress.
Okay.
We're up against another break. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup show live on location from JR Sports Bar and Grill. Coming to you live right after this.
Alabama Community College is proud to be one of
1 minute.
1 minute.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. Brett Pritchard and Sky Hardy here with you.
We're going to do a bloopers at some point, man. It's going to be necessary.
Well, there's plenty of roll footage for that. I can tell you that. 30 minutes left on the show. We'll head over to Sports Blitz Live right after this. Spring football wrapped up for everybody in college, and high school football is just ready to get started. So just kind of a quick mention that Benjamin Russell appears, and I haven't confirmed anything, so if I get this wrong, they can come after me. But appears that Benjamin Russell will play Muscle Shoals in a spring football game at Jacksonville State in a few weeks. So we'll give you some more information on that the closer we get to that. Scott, let's shift gears and talk about the boys and girls soccer program here at Benjamin Russell. Benjamin Russell's boys, what a tremendous run they've been on right now. Defeated the number 2 team in the state in Pelham, went to their place, won 3-1. I know you're good friends with Austin Teal. Hard to believe you and he and you, or you and he, or however we want to talk about it, were ambassadors under me at CAC. It seems like yesterday, but hard, no cut on Austin, but look out there knowing he's the head soccer coach now at Benjamin Russell.
A common theme there. But
that's good. He's done a great job. Let me just commend him there. It's all that ambassador training he had and you had when you were at CAC. But anyway, he's doing a great job, and just talk about them because they've been on a run. They're really positioning themselves. They're playing the best soccer of the year at the best time of the year, heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, the boys come in 16-3-4 on the season. All losses, all 3 of those losses come to 7A opponents, so it doesn't really hurt them there. It kind of lets you know exactly what type of team this is.
But they've beaten some 7As too.
7As as well. You look at them as 2-1. 2-1. They defeat Chelsea last night in their last regular season game, so that was a big one for them. And just recently, they defeated Prattville as well as Pell City. So they will host the first round of the playoffs this Saturday against Valley, which should be a game that they should be able to move through.
But you don't approach it.
You don't want to approach it that way. But looking at how
taking care of business
would be, it looks like Valley would be the first round opponent, and going into the second round, they would host that one as well. And it would either be Opelika or Oxford, which are teams that they have both teams they have defeated throughout the season. And then in the third round, they would travel to Northridge down in the Dothan area. Northview, that's Northview. Excuse me, Northridge and Tuscaloosa area.
Northridge is in Tuscaloosa.
So they'll take care of them, and then
they'll take care of them, and they'll move on in.
I hate to say it, but more than likely, you should see them.
Well, they're going to be favored in all those matchups. That's what you're saying.
And if they're able to get through the Northridge game, there are 3 rounds before you get to the Final Four. So essentially, there are 5 games you'll have to play in order to win the state championship game. And it looks like if things continue just how they've gone throughout the season, Daphne or Northview or Homewood, Fort Payne. Those are some names you'll look forward to seeing. But they've been led all season. Philip Speak, Salmon Scott Sturdivant, Grant Hudson, Cole Grogan, also young Eddie out there who's only a freshman, controlling things out there for him. So they've put together a pretty stellar squad, and I know that the expectation level for them is set really high coming into the preseason. A lot of coaches and the media around Montgomery, when they had the All-Star week, thought highly of this team and thought that if they played the way they were capable of, they'd be a tough out.
Yeah, I'm just excited for what this team, a lot of expectations coming into this year for this soccer program, and they have fulfilled that. I know they aren't to the goal yet. Their goal is to make it to that Final Four and then win a state championship. This team as good or better than any team we've ever had on the boys' side. The girls make the playoffs as well, Scott, and excited for them. Soccer has been in this community. It started back when I was in high school, and it was, I believe it was 1994 was when it was started, and that was many moons ago. But what that program has done, if you look at the course of that amount of time, it's really not that long, and we have been highly competitive. We've made a Final Four in the past, and we've been very close. But this team right here on the boys' side has a shot to win the whole shooting match, and we're excited about it. Wish them nothing but the best. And I read a quote that Austin had in the paper, is that you can't overlook anybody at this point. You need to approach it game by game. There's no need to look ahead, because if you lose, if you overlook somebody and you lose, it's done. And no sense to worry about who's in the second, third, or going to be a team that you might face in that Final Four. So just looking to take it one game at a time. There's plenty of talent. I've got plenty of ability as far as athlete-wise and player-wise to get this done. As good as anybody in the state. They've proven that over the course of the season. So we're excited for them. We're up against another break here on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. We will open up the phone lines, take your calls, 256-234-6221 to be part of the program. Stay tuned. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup presented by JR's right after this.
Around here, we have our own way of looking at things.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show. Brett Pritchard and Scott Hardy here with you at JR Sports Bar and Grill for about 15 or 17 more minutes here. So give us a call if you got something going on in the area, 256-234-6221. I do want to go back this past weekend, the Jim Landers Memorial Bass Fishing Tournament to benefit Outdoor Friends Forever, a good friend of ours, Jim Hardy. Just has done a tremendous job of that organization. 100 boats in this tournament once again for the second consecutive year. He does a great job of going out and getting a ton of great sponsors to put that upfront money up. Just a ton of money, $10,000 guaranteed up front before the first boat even enters the tournament. So you've got, that's what draws a big crowd, and it goes to a great cause. And unfortunately, Kevin Scott and I fished, and we didn't quite finish where we did last year. Finished up there in the top 15 last year, and didn't quite get that close. Finished somewhere around 30th this year, but 100 boats, tough fishing. Last name of I can't remember exactly who it was that won the tournament. Had over 17 pounds though, so really. It was his last name was Keel. I do remember that, but had over 17 pounds and had a nice spotted bass, a nice largemouth bass. So, but the bottom line is, Outdoor Friends Forever is a organization that benefits special needs kids, gives them an opportunity to go out and enjoy the outdoors, whether it be hunting, fishing, whatever it might be. It was good to see the kids down there at the weigh-in. Jim has a special passion for helping these kids get out. And, he said it a few weeks ago on our show. He said, a lot of people look at those kids and they think that they are incapable of doing stuff in the outdoors. And that's just not the truth. It's that they need a little help. And they've proven over the last several years, Jim has proven that these kids can get out there and do anything that they set their mind to. And it's so much fun and such a good tournament to fish in. Again, it was so good to see a great turnout. The weather held off. It was a nice day to fish on Lake Martin. Again, the fishing was relatively tough. Outside of the one huge sack, there wasn't a lot of big sacks weighed in. It's just that time of year, Scott. I know you're not a big fisherman as far as knowing the times of year and all that, but the spawn is about over, and the big fish have moved off the bed, and just not a lot of big fish up close for sight fishermen to catch. So you have to really just go fish hard and hope you're in the right areas and can get a hold of some. But again, we want to thank Jim and all the people that volunteer that are part of that organization that make it possible. If you have not bought a chance, and it's a donation, you make $100 donation, but you do get a ticket. Greg Vinson, our good friend, our Elite Series Pro co-host with me on Sports Blitz Outdoors, his $80,000 Phoenix 21-foot bass boat that's decked out with everything you want, he's going to give it away at the end of the Elite Series. That'll be sometime in November, first part of December. It's a $100 chance, and they're giving that boat away regardless. It doesn't matter if there's 200 tickets sold, 400 tickets sold, whatever it is that they're selling, that they are going to give this brand new 2015 Phoenix bass boat that Greg is fishing out of on the Elite Series away. So contact us, find us on Facebook, Twitter. You can call, and we'll set you up and find a way to get you a $100 chance. I mean, you're making a donation to a great cause anyway. Now you have a chance to win an $80,000 bass boat. So I might even have to go ahead and get that's what I'm saying, Scott. I mean, you don't have to be a fisherman to jump in on this. I mean, I know what the first thing you would do if you want it, which is fine. And that's, to go out and find the highest bidder. And that's a good thing. There's a lot of people that would do that. And, but it's an opportunity, or you may try to get into fishing, which I highly doubt. But it's a great opportunity.
We talked about it.
You win an $80,000 bass boat. You may learn to do a lot of stuff. I know what you will learn to do: how to find a bank somewhere. So, but give us a call if you want some more information on that. 256-234-6221. We do want to encourage everybody to purchase you a chance at at this boat that Greg will be giving away that he's graciously worked out with Off. And the money, all this money's going to benefit Off above and beyond the cost of the boat. So, it's a good opportunity to purchase a ticket that'll go to a great cause and have a chance to win an $80,000 bass boat. I don't know how many opportunities you get to do that. So it's fully decked out. It's got everything you want on it, the most high-tech electronics, the best trolling motor, got power poles on the back. It's got a 250 horsepower Mercury Pro XS motor on the back of that 21-foot Phoenix boat. So go get you a ticket. Buy you a ticket, $100. But the chance of return on that is so huge. So just excited about what that organization does. There is another bass tournament coming up in a couple weeks, and we'll have the Benjamin Russell High School cheerleaders on hopefully next week to promote that. They have a tournament out of Wind Creek.
So pretty much every week.
Well, May 9th, let me just say this. This time of year, end of March, April, and first part of May, some of the best fishing on Lake Martin. I mean, it's just the way it is, with the way the fishing sets up and how it kind of goes down. So, yeah, there's a lot of tournaments on the lake this time of year. We've seen 2 or 3 big ones here in the last few weeks, huge tournaments, a 168-boat high school tournament. We had the LMG Sports Foundation tournament. Now you had the Off tournament, the Jim Landers Memorial Tournament this past weekend had 100 boats in it. So there's a lot of big tournaments that are taking place on Lake Martin. Come out and fish May the 9th. Support the Benjamin Russell High School cheerleaders. It's a fundraiser for them. $1,000 first place. I believe $700 to second, $500 to third, 3, and then 2. So we'll be paying 5 places in that Benjamin Russell cheerleader fundraiser tournament that will go out of Wind Creek State Park. So you want to be part of that. Make sure you sign up if you're a fisherman out there. Put that star on your calendar. Mark that day off. Hopefully the weather hold out. Here's the deal. Rain, shine, doesn't matter. You're going fishing. There's one thing that you know for sure, Scott. Fish aren't going to care. They're already in the water. They don't care if it rains or not. So put your rain gear on and go fishing. Sometimes that triggers them to be a little bit better.
Logic there. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. But
Scott, come on.
But I'm the more that we've been talking about the fishing, and a lot of my friends do, but I didn't realize how competitive until the last couple of years, how competitive it can get, and especially here on Lake Martin when you have such good fishery that can take place. Definitely can bring the crowd. So I've gotten more into it, at least tried to follow it a little bit more and learn some type of terminology so I don't sound like an idiot when I try to talk about it. But I know that you're an avid fisherman as well as some other people affiliated with the show. So, again, I'm glad that this time of year it gives you an opportunity to get out and take advantage of some of the best resource, really, that Elliott City has right now in the surrounding area, and that's Lake Martin.
Yeah, it's just an asset that not many communities or any establishment can say they have in their backyard. So we are blessed to have Lake Martin. We're going to take our final break here on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Get ready for Sports Blitz Live coming up at 7 o'clock. Stay tuned. More of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup presented by JR's right after this.
Lackey Floor Covering in Alexander City is Lake Martin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lake Martin Sports Roundup Show presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Brett Pritchard and Scott Hardy here with you. One more segment here. And, again, Scott, just to kind of recap, had two great youth league teams on tonight. Talked about the boys and girls soccer team here at Benjamin Russell moving in playoffs. I did see something this week that I did have to mention on the show is Jackie O'Neill will be back at Reeltown.
Yeah.
They talked him into coming back. Now, he retired, but I think he's coming back. If I read that correctly, as part-time head football coach. They were in a position where, it was taking a little bit longer than they thought to get a coach in there. So they asked him, and he graciously agreed, and which is a huge boost for Reeltown as far as I'm concerned, to get him back at least one more year to come back and coach that football team. Automatically with him being back, they're going to be a contender. I mean, that's just it. I mean, they're a playoff team now. You didn't know who they were going to bring in or who they're going to hire, but Jackie O'Neill back at the helm at Reeltown. So I know a lot of Reeltown fans excited about that.
Yeah, and the Reeltown faithful have to be excited because at least you get one more year of some greatness there. And as you said, it was taking a little bit longer than they thought.
Alabama High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame coach.
He's the greatest. You look at it from a playing perspective as well as a coaching perspective. He's well known around the area, and again, I think he'll be serving kind of as athletic director kind of thing too. So it'll give him another year, and this kind of helped too. Although probably wish they kind of would have had it in place, but now I think going forward they'll make sure they have somebody in place going into next year and finally put a stamp on his era. But I'm excited to have him back and some more of that wishbone football.
You got Kendall Graveman we talked about for a good segment on earlier in the program. No decision last night for the Oakland A's, so he's 1-1 still on the season. Pitched through almost 4 innings last night. Pitch count got up, faced a great team last night. Hitters like Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, and those guys. Great to see Kendall out there on the big stage doing what he's able to do. Local area baseball, Horseshoe Bend wins in the first round. They move on. And they'll play in the second round. So congratulations to them moving forward and continuing their season up there. Scott, they were coming down to the end of the season in the spring sports. Spring football will be kicking off here, in the next week or so and moving into the end of the season for a lot of high schools around here. And we're excited about our Benjamin Russell Wildcats, what they bring back next year. How they're going to play. Got a lot of talent returning off a team that really went down to Spanish Fort and played a very tough game. Hopefully this year the things will go our way and we can host one of those teams from the South up here in our area and get them to come to the Sportsplex. It's always great to be able to have that home field advantage in the later rounds of the playoffs. But, that's a good sign. A ton of stuff going on. Of course, youth athletics going on. In Alex City, got soccer, baseball, and softball in full swing. About another few weeks of regular season for the youth league, and our team has a few games left, and then we'll start tournament play. Over the Alex City Parks and Rec, Scott. So, Sonny Wilson, his staff, everybody over there did a tremendous job to get these fields ready after just a monsoon of a couple of weeks around here. Just a ton of rain dropped on this area. We played a game last night. Fields were in outstanding shape.
Yeah, and again, hats off to them. I know that they take great pride in that. Mike Goodwin and the rest of the staff, as well as Sonny Wilson, getting everything situated there. But having so many baseball and softball games to be played and to be able to play in such a great conditioned field has to let these, as a player that young of age, you get excited about putting your uniform on and going out and playing. But, also the thing I was going to say, too, just we've been having these kids come up here the last couple of months now. And I've got such a great appreciation for these coaches who are able to put in the time. I know you're a coach as well, but it takes so much patience and energy to be able to devote to that outside of whatever you're doing on a normal day-to-day basis. So, again, make sure if you're a parent of one of these coaches or on your team, make sure you let them know how appreciative you are of them, because I know it takes a lot of your day to be able to do something like that.
It does. 256-234-6221. I want to remind everybody our show comes live every Tuesday night from JR Sports Bar and Grill. What a great community supporter they are here of Alexander City, not just Alex City, but the whole Lake Martin area. We have all these teams up here every Tuesday night. Love them being able to take over the stage up here. Always fun to see them. I've coached, football and baseball now in the city, and saw some of the guys that I was able to help coach in football on one of the teams tonight. Saw some of the kids that we took to Florence and All-Stars this past year tonight. So being able to see them play multiple sports and see these kids active here in the community. But JR Sports Bar and Grill each and every Tuesday night right here. If you would like to have your team part of the program, we'd love to have you call us or send us a message on Facebook or Twitter or email us. Stop by here and tell Ann, and she can get in touch with us. Say, look, we want our team on. We haven't been contacted yet. We'd love to have our boys or girls on the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Scott, that's going to wrap up here from JR Sports Bar and Grill. If you're looking for the best food around, come by here. Call them, carry out. They will deliver to you, 256-329-2328 to be part of JR Sports Bar and Grill to get your food delivered. You can pick it up, or you can just come in and watch the 3 flat screen TVs here in the main area, and all types of sporting events going on year-round in here. So exciting. We'll head to Sports Blitz Live now. Luke Robinson and myself will get that kicked off here in about 4 minutes on statewide television and statewide radio. We would love to hear from you over there. Same phone number, 256-234-6221 or 256-234-6464 to be part of Sports Blitz Live. Got some great guests on. Brian Pasick, the color commentator for Alabama basketball, will be on the program at 8 o'clock. Talk about Avery Johnson as the hire for Alabama basketball. We'll get his thoughts on that, as a lot of people have input on that hire, Scott. So a ton more on the show coming up tonight. We'd love to hear from you. For all of the people here at JR's and for my good friend Scott Hardy, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it here from JR's. We hope you have. Stay tuned. Sports Blitz Live up next.
No.